Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Swag on Swagger Gaming, bringing you another World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth beta first look video. Today we will be looking at the Retribution Paladin. Please remember that everything in this video is from the beta test server and is subject to change. I will do my best to keep up with any changes made to the spec in the description and comment sections of this video. Ret Paladins have always felt a little bit clunky to me, but I think the addition of a few holy power generators has really helped the spec out. Beyond this holy power boost, Ret plays pretty much the same with a few cool new talent choices. The only baseline ability that was removed from the Ret Paladin spellbook is the Judgment passive that allowed your Judgment to hit a second target. This was not the only change to Judgment. It now increases the damage from your next holy power spender by 25% instead of giving you the 8-second damage window, and now generates 1 holy power. Art of War is a new baseline passive ability that was ported over from the talent tree and gives your auto attacks a chance to reset the cooldown of Blade of Justice. Our mastery was changed and is now called Hand of Light. It now increases your holy damage by a percentage based on how much mastery you have. Crusader Strike has had its recharge time increased from 4.5 to 6 seconds, and the passive ability Retribution has had its duration reduced from 20 to 10 seconds. The shield from Shield of Vengeance is now based on health instead of attack power. There were also several abilities that had their mana cost reduced. Note that these all use a percentage of your baseline mana. Flash of Light is now 18%, down from 20%. Hand of Reckoning is now 3%, down from 3.5%. Cleanse Toxins is now 6.5%, and Hand of Hindrance is now 10%, both down from 13%. The last thing I wanted to talk about is Divine Storm. Although it has not been changed, because you are losing your artifact weapon, it will revert back to causing the storm around your character rather than shooting out in front of you. I was surprised at the amount of changes to the Ret talent tree compared to how similarly the spec plays to live servers. That being said, a lot of the talents that did stick around received slight nerfs. The Tier 1 talent row has had Final Verdict removed, Consecration moved, and Execution Sentence changed. Execution Sentence now deals holy damage and increases the holy damage taken from your auto attacks by 20% for 12 seconds. Zeal has been moved in from Tier 2 and has been changed. It no longer replaces your Crusader Strike, and it now causes your Judgment to make your next 3 auto attacks occur 50% faster and deal additional holy damage. Righteous Verdict is a new talent, and it makes your Templar's Verdict increase the damage of your next Templar's Verdict by 15% for 6 seconds. For Tier 2, Zeal was moved out, Greater Judgment was removed, and Fires of Justice was tweaked to reduce the cooldown of Crusader Strike by 15% rather than 1 second. Blade of Wrath was switched in from Tier 4 and changed to work with Art of War. It now makes Art of War reset the cooldown of Blade of Justice 100% more often and increases its damage by 25%. The last ability in Tier 2 is another new talent. Hammer of Wrath is an instant cast ability on a 7.5 second cooldown at a 30-yard range that deals holy damage. This can only be used on targets below 20% health or while you have Avenging Wrath or Crusade up. This also generates 1 holy power. Tier 3 was almost completely untouched, with Repentance and Blinding Light staying exactly the same. Fist of Justice has been slightly nerfed and now reduces the remaining cooldown on Hammer of Justice by 2 seconds, down from 2.5 seconds for every holy power spent. Tier 4 has seen Virtue's Blade and Divine Hammer removed from the game, Consecration moved in from Tier 1 to replace Blade of Wrath, and 2 brand new abilities added. Consecration has had its cooldown increased from 12 to 20 seconds, but now also generates 1 holy power. Divine Judgment is the first new ability, and it makes each enemy hit by an ability that consumes holy power increase the damage of your next Judgment by 20%, stacking up to 15 times. The last talent in this tier is Wake of Ashes, which was the artifact weapon ability in Legion. It does damage to all enemies in a cone in front of you, reduces their movement speed by 50% for 5 seconds, generates 5 holy power, and stuns any demon or undead hit. In Tier 5, Justicar's Vengeance and Word of Glory were both moved to other rows, but Eye for an Eye remains and Cavalier was moved in from Tier 6. Both of these are unchanged. Unbreakable Spirit is the last talent in this row and is a new ability that reduces the cooldown of Divine Shield, Shield of Vengeance, and Lay on Hands by 30%. Tier 6 sees both Judgment of Light and Divine Intervention removed from the game, and Cavalier moved out. Instead, we get 2 abilities moved in from other talent rows and 1 brand new ability. Justicar's Vengeance was moved in from tier 5 and has had its damage bonus against stun targets nerfed from 100 to 50%, and Word of Glory now heals your target and 2 nearby allies instead of you plus 5 friendly targets. Selfless Healer is the new talent, and it makes your holy power spending abilities reduce the cast time of your next flash of light by 25%, and increases its healing done by 10%, stacking up to 4 times. What this means is you get an instant cast flash of light fairly frequently. Divine Purpose and Crusade are still both present in tier 7, but both have been tweaked. Holy Wrath has been removed and replaced by Inquisition, a new spell. Divine Purpose was nerfed from 20% to 15% proc chance, but now also adds 20% increased damage and healing when it does proc. Crusade was changed to last 25 seconds, up from 20 on live Legion servers, but now caps at 10 stacks instead of 15. The new talent Inquisition consumes up to 3 holy power to increase your damage done and haste by 8%. This lasts 15 seconds per each holy power consumed. Although there were not a huge amount of changes, I was impressed with the Ret Paladin overall. It felt a lot better to me than live servers, and the general damage output seems to be right there with other classes I have played on beta. My main concern for Ret is still the clunkiness. Unless you are playing at a high level, there are still times when everything is on cooldown and you are low on holy power. For veteran Ret players, this shouldn't be much of an issue though. Well, that's all I have for you on the Retribution Paladin. Please let me know what class and spec you would like to see next down in the comments below, and I will push it to the top of the list. If you liked this video, please think about hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel for more gaming content. Thanks for watching and have a great one.